Yo guys, what's up? Yep, it's going to be here soon in a few days. I mean, it's like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, and that's gonna be the latest Master League, and it's like season 4, right? So, yep, as you can see here, these two are the ones being. I'm not sure why Alpha Azir is there. So, but the child one is good. Okay. So yeah, the current seasons is actually focusing more on the UC series and Unstoppable, giving them like a 50% bonus for every unit, and also the field is on the space. Okay. Yeah, I do think like most likely the PvP is always gonna be space and clown, because I do think it atmospheric can be weird. I mean, only a few units can go with it, but so some that I can actually go gonna be very busted. I'm not sure that you're on the sea on underwater. It's gonna be it's gonna be hilarious on that one. Okay, so mostly it's gonna be space and ground. So yeah, just give people a more grounded place to actually fight. So the one that we're gonna talk about, as usual, we're gonna talk about the available teams that could actually work in the current season. And the first one we're gonna talk about is I do think this one is getting a very huge buff. Not actually huge, but it's still strong. It's still very strong. It's just like because it's UC series, it's gonna have a very good time, and that's gonna be the psycommu tag, right? So the reason I will pick psycommu instead of the new type machine, because there's a lot of units that they register as psycommu but not new type machine. For example, you can see here, uh, the Nightingale is not considered as a new type unit, right? But it is a psycommu unit, so it's better to actually focus on the psycommu Gundam. Okay, let's go with the batch first. Let's clear it up, swap it up, and the first one. Okay, the face of the psycommu team, I do think so, will always gonna be the high new Gundam. This unit is freaking strong. There's no denying about it. It's one of the I do think it's still the strongest unit in the game. I don't think the wait a minute. Let me think about it. Because the thing is like in UC series, there's a lot of units that use psycommu, but yeah, the child Zaku is not here because he doesn't use a psycommu, right? So yeah, this unit is actually the strongest psycommu unit. Even compare, I do think it's even compared to Kiwili, it's still strong, very strong unit. Oh wait, this one is psycommu. No, Child Zaku is not psycommu, right? So yeah, even compared to Kiwili, I do think that this Hainu is still a much better unit than Kiwili, simply because you just have it all. Okay, you just have every single thing you want. If you want to, because it has high mobility and as well as a very high attack, that's make it very strong. Okay, the other option is gonna be Sazabi. Sazabi is very good. If you don't actually want to use them, there's actually another one. Okay, let's accept that. Okay, the thing is Kibble is still here, right? Kibble is still here. So the thing about Kibble is again is a very strong unit. It's just that power wise, it's actually still lower than Hainu again, but it does have when fighting enemies with specified text. So this is where the Kibble actually shines, right? Kibble shines in if you're fighting psycommu unit, and also if you look at Haman-sama's abilities actually when you have a Neo Zeon tag. So if your team is mostly not Neo Zeon, it's Haman gonna be weaker. Okay, so it's like, for example, you just want a ragtag team on the paper, Hainu gonna be the best option for that, and then other than that gonna be Sazabi. But here's the thing. Here's where Haman's teams can work. First, you're gonna have to take Sazabi, right? and then you will need to take another Neo Zeon unit. That's probably gonna be Nightingale, and then you take the other Sazabi. Where is the other Sazabi? Where are you? Where are you, man? Yeah, let's just assume I have Sazabi. I have Sazabi, but I forgot to actually pop up. I think. Okay, just say you take another one, a pay or play, and then you want a tank. If you have a team like this, Haman gonna be super, super, super strong. Okay. Oh yeah, that's Sazabi, man. That's Sazabi. But maybe you want to LPO play because LPO play is a special support, so it's better for Haman and also Sazabi. So if you go in something like this, or maybe something like this, like all of them is Neo Zeon, right? All of them have the Neo Zeon tag. When you do it like this, then your main damage dealer gonna be Haman's Qibili. Like there's no other way about it. It's like it's be like that. If you want to bring two tanks, you can bring like this, and then you're gonna have Haman here. Maybe you don't have Sazabi, you gotta have your play. See, if you go around this kind of way, it's gonna be very, very, very strong. So, but if you don't go this way, the Hainu gonna be still the strongest. Okay, so that's the condition. Okay, if you want standard, not really complicated mixture, Hainu is a more versatile unit. But if you go with the best team composition, then you should go with Haman. Okay, yeah, that's that. So of course the pilot is gonna be Amuro. Then second unit, of course, is gonna be Sazabi. Sazabi is always good. I do think in the terms of the game, Sazabi is still the best cleanup crew in the game. For simply one reason, that it's actually slow. Okay, it hits really hard, but it's actually slower than most units. So it's gonna beat its time until the time comes and gonna come around and then wreak havoc and then finish everyone else in the game. So that's how good Sazabi is. But here's the point, right? We have so many attackers now in this category, so it might not be the best to put Hainu on the front. Another option comes if you want to put someone on the front is actually the new Zeong. The reason you want to put Zeong here is because it can and will counter anything and kill it, right? Because he can live one more turn. And then when it actually triggers, this triggers, the HP condition triggers, and then you're gonna like, yeah, just say you're gonna have a good time. It's just that the problem with this one is a one trick thing. So you gotta be careful on that. Especially if the opponent actually, I mean, the opponent is gonna use the defense. The AI gonna use the defense block first before actually using it. So there's a bit of your problem, probably. But another way to actually do that is actually to use this one and don't bring a tank at all, and just bait opponents with the Zeong. It's actually might be a viable strategy. So instead of bringing so many supports, you can actually bring Zeong. So Zeong is gonna be the front center, right? It has to be in the front center unless you want to use it on the last for the late game sweep. Yeah, you can actually do that. You can use it late game sweep. It's actually even slower. No, it's a bit faster than Sazabi, so it can work as a late game sweep as well. So you can put it on the back. But so its ability gonna be useful for you when you want to clean up, right? Usually the opponents didn't expect that from you. So yeah, that's one way to actually do that, right? Then okay, let's just assume I'm using a Hainu for now. Okay. Where's Amuro? Okay. And then the next one we're gonna have support. Okay, you want to support damage. Of course, if you go with okay, this is the dilemma of actually using Haman. So Haman would want a special support, but Haman wouldn't appreciate New Gundam. Okay, New Gundam is a special support, but the problem with New Gundam is actually is not Neo Zeon. So what can work with New Gundam is actually with Zeong. Right, Zeongs are going on all special, and New Gundam's gonna be a very, very, very good support for that. So that's your consideration. The next best support, of course, gonna be Lessig News. Lessig News is always a good support. There's no way if you have him, no way you don't use this one, because it's simply a very strong unit. Yeah, you can go like this, and finally the tank's gonna be narrative, or I would say like Zakutri, or maybe even Queen Manta, right? So if you see this kind of team, you will have a choice like how you're gonna proceed and how you're gonna value your team. I do think first of all you're gonna have to see who is the attacker. If the attacker is Haman, get all these support. Okay, and this Neo Zeon unit. Okay, this Neo Zeon unit gonna help you a lot. If not, and you are welcome to actually use Hainu Gundam, right, or Sasabi, or even the Zeon. Okay, for Sasabi and Zeon, best support gonna be Hainu, a new Gundam. For Hainu Gundam, it's actually not wise to bring a new Gundam to support it. I would say it's better you go with a Nightingale or a full armor double Zeta to actually deal damage rather than relying on that. Like because again it's a physical and beam, so yeah, it's gotta be careful on that. Okay. Personally, for me, because I love Astaroth and I have it, I mean, I make it a limit with 3, I'm just gonna slap him over here. The reason is like, not my reason, because this guy is anti-physical, like, reduce physical, and then it's gonna be very helpful for the new Gundam. Okay, so that's the reason. That's a very simple reasoning behind that. So, if you want to go like, let's just say you don't want to go to all these UR areas, right? You can always go with Nightingale and full armor double Zeta, right? They are very good unit. And then that Gundam is also very good. G-Quax is okay. I would say that Gundam is a better options for this one. Zeong is also a good spot. But personally, I would say rather you go with the LPO play, right? LPO plays, what is LPO play? Yeah, LPO plays Kibili and also maybe Zabi. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of option here. And then finally, you can go with a tank. With Hainu is one of the best tank in this category, I guess. And also the other one is Zakutri. But personally, if I think about it again, maybe I was gonna go with Hainu. Okay, so there's another support that can actually go good. It's actually not good. Sorry, attacker, and that's gonna be the Phoenix Gundam. And support's gonna be the other Phoenix Gundam, so it's that. Another tank that you can go with is actually Titania. Titania is a very offensive tank, but you want a tank that you just tank damage, and then you should go with the Hainu Gundam. Okay, so yeah, this is the more F2P. I do think the more F2P options, if you want to say it's F2P. And then if you want to like SP100 it, you're gonna be focusing on the Nightingale or Double Zeta. Yeah, I did say that Enhanced Zeta is actually a better unit, but sometimes if you just want to strike without thinking much in PvP mostly you want to just like attack without thinking much, right? So here's your option, okay? Here's your option is gonna be Double Zeta. So yeah, that's all of it. I do think Psycommu is a very strong tag currently, because UC is basically filled with Psycommu unit. So there's no denying that, okay? Yeah, it's strong. It's super strong, and I do think it's gonna be wrecking havoc again in the current PvP. I forgot to actually talk about Zeta 3. Zeta 3 is also very good if you have the UR version. I mean the ultimate UR version. I just get one. It's gonna be very strong as well. Yeah, but make sure that the one pilot is gonna be Asuna, because Asuna can do with the buff, right? With the MP model buff. So yeah, this tag gonna be still very strong in the current meta, in the current season, and yeah, I think it's the strongest in the current season. So yeah, that's all for me today, and see you next time. Bye bye.